Hey everybody, welcome to video 7. So last video we did the top producing agents versus the new agent, which one you should hire. This week we're going to cover local lenders versus the big banks. Why I choose local lenders to do the loans for our buyers and and would love them to do it for everybody's buyers versus the big banks. Again, nothing against the big banks. It's just that when it comes to mortgages and the process, for us, it's just always better on the local lender side. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why with some detail in those reasons. All right, let's go to, let's not go to number 1. Let's just address a myth that happens all the time that we always hear. When we talk to buyers will always say, I'm just going to go with my bank because they know me. No, they don't know you. They don't know who you are. Maybe the local teller knows who you are if you go in and deposit money all the time, but they don't know you. You have your bank statements there and your money goes there, but they don't really know you. And guess what? You're going to have to provide the same type documents to your bank than you would to a local lender. Basically the same thing. Again, so don't let that cloud your judgment as they know you or you know them, because you don't. You don't know that process. All right. So again, local lenders are going to request the same things from your big bank will, no matter what. All right. So let's go into the 3 things I think are keys to why we use local lenders. Number 1 is communication. You're going to be able to get a hold of a local lender throughout the day, on the weekends, after 5 o'clock, and on holidays for the most part. Again, so I will send a text to one of my preferred lenders. They're going to text me back. They're going to give me an answer. They're going to email me back. They're going to call me back, or their assistant will. Big banks, no. They're not going to work past 5 o'clock for the most part. They're not going to be in earlier 9, or at least answer anything at 9. They're not going to be on the weekends, and they're never going to be in on the holidays, right? So again, those are things that slow the process down. It doesn't help it speed up or doesn't help it stay on schedule, okay? The big banks are just usually delayed in everything you do because they're on a tighter and more minimal schedule and hours. So again, local lenders are going to work harder for you. They're going to do a lot more, and the communication will be a lot better. Usually you're only going to deal with probably maybe 2 people in the local lender side, maybe the lender themselves, a loan officer, and their assistant or their processor. But they're all here locally. If you go to a big bank, there's one big bank here we use. You got the loan officer here who you talk to at the very beginning. After that, they disappear. You talk to the loan processor who's in Florida. They don't even know here. So again, just doesn't work well. And then you go through different people there, and it can get very confusing, and it does for buyers. All right. Number 2, local knowledge of the area. So the local lenders know the area. They know the subdivisions. And why is that important is here in Jacksonville, some subdivisions have a private road maintenance agreement and things like that. Local lenders and the local closing attorneys work the documentation for that piece on their own. They don't ask the buyers at the last minute or the sellers at the last minute, like a day before closing or 2, which happens a lot. Oh, we need a letter to talk about the private road maintenance, or because they don't know the subdivisions. Local lenders here and the attorneys and us can rattle off, hey, this subdivision is private road maintenance. They're already taking care of those documents. I don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it as a client. And it just speeds up the process and doesn't cause any hiccups, right? They know the local attorneys. They know the assistants at the attorney's office, these local lenders and loan officers. It just makes the process easier. I'm going to call Jessica. Jessica knows about this transaction. She's dealing with this one and blah, blah, blah. Your big banks don't have any clue. Everything is in an email, or it just the relationships aren't there. Okay. So number 3, process time. Okay. So let's talk about that. A big bank will take about 3, 4, maybe even 5 days just to pre-qualify you. Okay. And that's not even through underwriting, and it's a totally good to go. You've been blessed, boop, you're pre-qual. It is the same process as a local lender would do in 15 to 20 minutes. You can get pre-qualified from a local lender within that time frame, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I mean, when you talk to them on the phone, all right? Versus a big bank, it may take you 5 days. It's just crazy to me. Anywho, So that's one portion. Also, the loan process time to closing, local lenders can do it in 2 weeks. If you get everything to a local lender, you can close your house and be in your house in 2 weeks. Big banks, forget it. It'll never be in 2 weeks, and it'll never close on time for the most part. They are always delayed, and things just don't go as quick. And again, it comes back to number one of the communication and scheduling, things like that. So again, this is why we use local lenders versus the big banks. Both of them are good. Both of them have their strengths and weaknesses, but ultimately local lenders, way better in my opinion for your mortgage loan and the process. All right, hopefully these answer some questions for you on the big banks versus the local lenders and or mortgages. If you got any other questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Until next video, have a great day.